Hello and welcome to episode 26 of Mathghamhain Morsels. This one is going to again be in the A Sanguine Start series. And this is going to be a newer take on one of my earliest recipes. It's a chicken marinade that can be used for all kinds of different things. You can turn it into chicken tacos, quesadilla. You can turn it into chicken fajitas just by throwing in some peppers and onions and stuff like that to saute with it. But this is just the starting rub, and I'm going to include a number of ingredients I didn't use the first time, but I've started using since then. So in here, I currently have a quarter teaspoon of some of my Salzburg berg salts. Into that is going to go, I'd say probably about, I'd say that's probably a full 1.5 teaspoons, maybe 2 teaspoons of a sweet smoked paprika. Then to that I'm adding some hot Mexican style chili powder. And that'll be about a 1/4 teaspoon of that. I'm adding some chipotle chili powder. And that'll again be about 1/4 teaspoon. I did say it was a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, right? I think I said 1/2. If I said 1/4, I meant 1/2. Sorry about the confusion. Then to that, some ancho chili, which will again be about a 1/4 teaspoon or so. Now comes the fun parts, the garlics. You're going to add a fair amount of garlic, so about the same amount of the smoked paprika as the black garlic. Then throwing in some roasted garlic, and I'll be adding about a comparable amount of roasted garlic as I did black garlic. And then some smoked garlic goes in. And doing probably about 1/2 as much smoked garlic as I did the other two, because smoked garlic has a bit more flavor. Going to add in some ground cayenne, and that'll again be about that 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of that. Then some some standard white garlic. This is granulated garlic, or powdered garlic. This one is a very fine powder, so I'm inhaling garlic as I do this. Probably not the best thing for my lungs, but it tastes really good. And then this is one thing that you can add if you like. If you don't like cilantro, it tastes like soap, do not add the cilantro. I love cilantro. I'm going to add a lot of cilantro. So this will be probably about a full tablespoon of cilantro into that mix. I forgot to get out my minced garlic, so let me grab my minced garlic, because some minced garlic is going into this as well. As I said, it is a lot of garlic. Okay, back with the minced garlic, and that I'm going to put about 1.5 teaspoons of minced garlic into that as well. Now then, this I'm going to start mixing just to get it incorporated a bit before I add in the next ingredient, which will be about 1 tablespoon of lime zest. I already zested it, so throw that in. And again, as I mentioned the last time that zest was used, you want to make sure that you don't scrape too deep and start getting the pith, which is the white part of the lime, underneath that nice, beautiful green. So mix that all together. This is a fairly dry mixture because the only thing that had any real moisture in it thus far was the fresh garlic. So now, to this, we're going to add the juice of 1 lime. I did roll this lime just like I showed you guys with the lemons that I used for the roast chicken. So there's 1/2 into this. Take that out. Throw the other half in. And squeeze down on that. Take that out. Set that down. Make sure that I got all the juice. And now this is going to start getting mixed in. It won't be quite enough liquid to really make a paste yet. This will still be a bit too dry, but it'll make it kind of a crumbly texture rather than a paste or staying entirely dry. And now, to this, it's just going to go some olive oil. To give it a nice fatty note to it. So that I'm putting probably about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. I'll mix it around, see if that's enough. I might need to add a bit more, because I want it kind of a thick paste, or kind of a paste, but more of a thin paste rather than a really thick paste. So I'm going to need to add more than what I added thus far. And this olive oil is really going to allow the flavors to transfer more freely. So I'm going to add about another tablespoon of oil. And mix that together. See if this comes out in the right texture. This is a very strongly flavored marinade. So this is something that you don't really want to leave the chicken in to marinate all night. Here, let me shine a light down more directly on this so that you can see it's kind of ready, or ruddy brown color. And that, that's a good texture, I think. You don't want it a thick paste. You want it kind of a medium to thin paste. This will work wonderfully. So if you want to give this some time to let the flavors proof together, which I will be doing, then you just kind of set this off to the side and let the flavors mingle for a bit. Since when this gets on the chicken, you only want it on the chicken, or if you're using pork, it works for that as well, for about 30 to 45 minutes. Anything beyond 30 to 45 minutes, and it's going to be way too strongly flavored. Because that is just spice, herb, garlic, goodness, and a fair bit of acid to it. Okay, so here we are. As I said, I was going to let my marinade mature for a little bit, so I gave it about 30 to 45 minutes just to let all the flavors blend together. And since this episode's about the marinade, not so much about making a dish with the marinade at the end, I decided that I'll show two different usages of this marinade. So I made a chicken taco, and I made a fantastic chicken, bacon, and caramelized onion quesadilla. So, what I did was, after letting the marinade mature, I threw some nice little bits of chicken breast in, and let them sit for about, again, 30 minutes, maybe closer to 35, 40. You don't want to use this marinade for longer than 45 minutes to an hour, otherwise it just gets way too strongly flavored. This is a quick marinade that you want to use. So, let it sit in there for, like I said, about 35, maybe 40 minutes on the chicken. Pulled the chicken out, very lightly patted the chicken, and then I tossed the chicken into the oven, let it cook through, get a little bit of crispiness. Pulled it out, made a taco, and like I said, the quesadilla. So let me take a bite of this taco. The chicken is absolutely amazing in this. You can taste the garlics, you can taste the different types of chili that we threw in here, and that amazing lime juice and lime zest really come through as well. Just tastes absolutely delicious. This taco is extremely simple. It's just the chicken, cheese, good salsa, and then a taco ranch drizzled on. Absolutely. Oh, and some raw onion. Absolutely delicious. Then the other thing that I made is this beautiful quesadilla. Like I said, it's caramelized onions, bacon, the chicken, and just lots and lots of cheese. I'm again going to be using some of that taco ranch just as a dip. Again, with this chicken here, I'll pull out a bit. It still has all that nice heat from the peppers and chilies. It has that fantastic garlic taste, a little bit of smokiness from the smoked garlic, and that lime juice just absolutely kills it in this quesadilla. This is something that I came up with when I was probably in 8th or 9th grade, just as a quick snack on weekends. And it's something that I'll return to every so often, just make a quesadilla for a lunch or dinner. Make a taco. Make whatever I feel like making. You can make chimichangas out of this. You can make anything. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm just nattering on, and this is delicious. I want to just scarf down the rest of my meal. So, I'll leave off with my normal advice of try new things, explore flavors, explore different ingredients, experiment, have fun with your food, have fun making your food, have fun eating your food. Ignore everyone that's ever said, don't play with your food. Play with your food. Enjoy it. And with that, have a good one all. I'm going to just go away and continue eating my dinner.